Hey guys, this is Jett for shortfilmtexas.com. Another rainy day here in Austin, Texas, October 10th, 2009. Which I think it was raining last time I did a Jettisode. We've been getting a lot of rain lately and I don't know why. There's going to be some background noise today. I promised Chris and Sean, the two owner-operators, quiet, of Short Film Texas, that I would get this done today. And that is my intention. I've got two kids in the back of the house watching a little Nickelodeon, and I've got three big dogs who have not been on a walk in 48 hours because of the weather, so they've got some energy, but we'll just have to deal with the distractions. First of all, thanks for tuning into the site. I want to make a very, very clear point. This site doesn't work without feedback. So when filmmakers display their work, whether you love it, hate it, like it, you're about it, leave a comment, guys. These guys are putting in maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of time of their life to make this film available for you, and they want feedback. That's how they're going to grow. So if you don't like something or you hate something, you can be respectful about it, help them mature and grow creatively if you don't like something. And if you do like something, I got a Ridgeback who's a whiner for some reason. When you do like something, let them know. Again, that reinforces the path they're on and what they're doing. Just be respectful. Again, guys, we're putting all this stuff out here. We want to hear back from you. We have to hear back from you. Otherwise, it's like a one-way relationship. It doesn't work. We need to hear from you. Okay, getting into it, because I've already taken up 1:40. My goodness. I have an email from one of our viewers and members of Short Film Texas, and it just so happens that Shannon, who sent the email, lives here in Austin. Now, we do have a worldwide audience. We have visitors from just about every spot in this great world of ours that hopefully will not end on December 21st, 2012, despite the Mayans. I'm going to read the email and then I'm going to dive into it. Hi, Jett. I'm going to sound like another crazy midlifer who is fed up with corporate work and wants to find their passion, or in my case, return to my roots. I'm a 43-year-old, let me slow down. I'm a 43-year-old female who was very involved with theater and dance in my youth. I was even encouraged by my high school drama coach to go on the drama club trip to New York City. He wanted to arrange an audition for me at Juilliard. However, in my infinite 17-year-old wisdom, I decided that New York was too far away from my boyfriend. After high school, life quickly changed. 20 years later, I find myself at a crossroads, continued the soul-crushing corporate treadmill, or jump into the fire and see if I still got it. My issue is I don't know where to start. I'm not looking to make money. I'm simply looking to tap back into the creative passion that came very naturally and gave me a great deal of joy. I believe I need some sort of validation either through a class or a new acting experience to confirm I still have it. And then some direction on agents, headshots. I don't want to show up to an audition and waste anyone's time. Sorry to ramble, but I randomly received an email from your group and I've been following the Jettisodes ever since. When I watched the first Jettisode and the following Jettisodes, it felt like a push from the universe to follow through and at least seek answers to the questions I have. Any advice, help, opinions, greatly appreciated. Take care, Shannon. Well, first of all, Shannon, thank you for taking the time and the trust to email me and seek advice. There's a couple things here. First of all, I am by no means a working actor on any level. I've made some money making movies. I've probably made more money than, I don't know, 70% of the actors in the Screen Actors Guild. But you have to understand that 99% of the Screen Actors Guild makes, I think, less than like $4,000 a year, where that 1% is like the working actors, the stars and the TV stars that you see every day. So I'm not there yet, and I don't know if I'll ever be there, and that's fine with me. When I first dove into Austin in 2001 and really started chewing this up, I wanted to be famous, I wanted to be wealthy, I wanted to be a good actor, I wanted to be Clooney, James Dean, Matt Damon, all of those guys. Well, my life, I like. I have a martial arts school I'm very proud of, continues to grow. Students I'm very proud of and happy that they share a little part of their week with me each week. I have a family, I have a day job, I've got kids, I've got one on the way, congratulations to us. And then I have 2 kids already and one on the way. My wife has a job and we have 3 big dogs that need exercise and train daily. So I'm very busy. Creatively, I don't do nearly as much as I used to. So I don't know if I'm the person to seek for the advice on how to make it. However, Shannon here is not really looking for how to become wealthy and the next superstar. And I can handle that question because she's where I was when I was 25 or 26, whatever age it was when I moved down here. And I knew I had it, even though I hadn't trained much. So the first thing you do, Shannon, and everyone watching and listening, you have to take an acting class. The acting class will build a circle of people that you know now who are trying or kind of at the same level you are, or maybe even a little bit further ahead of you. If you do have it, the talent, the gift, or some talent, some gift, your acting teacher can help you with agents. The circle of friends, including the acting teacher that you meet and your peers in your class, will help you with the agent issue, the audition issue, the headshot issue. So yes, acting classes are always the first step. Now, for me, that's about as far as acting classes got me. I just was kind of born with some talent, and I don't know where it came from or why. Maybe having a really active imagination as a kid. And I think also at some point I let go of the idea that I had to be these characters and I have to be as deep and as broad as Dean or Brando or these legends. And that's not me. I'm more of a Vince Vaughn guy, where, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant here, folks, but you know, where Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson's Owen Wilson in each movie. They're not really diving into characters like De Niro and Pacino did back in the early days. So, you know, I just feel comfortable in front of the camera. I feel comfortable performing. But the acting class itself helped me with my agent, helped me with my headshot, gave me that circle of friends, that community, that communal feeling that we're all pursuing the same thing. And believe me, you have to do plays. You have to do movies. Even if they're bad movies. I learned more about filmmaking the first 2 years in Austin by making, not every film, but several bad films. And not me making, just being in there as an actor. Sawing what was on the page, knowing what we did on set, and then seeing the final product. And at that point I said, you know what, I'm going to write some scripts. I've got some good ideas. Handed those off to people. I was in them. They directed, cut the films. Some of those films I liked, some of them I didn't. Some of them I thought I could do better. So then I started wearing all the hats. I directed, I wrote, I directed. I wrote the script. Let's start over. I wrote the script. I directed. In some of the films I'm wearing all the hats. I was in as a character, and I also cut the film. And I'm proud of all those films, and I learned a lot from making amateur films with amateurs, and I was an amateur at the time. And it built confidence. And I think the more hats you learn to wear on a movie set or even in theater, you're going to be a better actor because you understand how the moment, not only the character and everything that's going on in the scene, but you also understand more about the technicality of acting and how the moments you're creating, you can start seeing the final product while you're there. In other words, you know, matching with camera angles, matching movements, and just stuff like that. So yeah, I think acting class is a great place to start for all of those things. And here's here's a kind of a landslide to acting classes, and I've taken them here. I've taken them in Indiana, where I'm from, in Los Angeles, where I lived for a year or two. I have met actors that didn't need classes anymore, but they were addicted to taking classes. They didn't have the confidence yet. They weren't, you know, 100% believing in themselves. And so you have to be careful. I think acting is great at the beginning, the classes. But at some point, within a year or a year and a half, you have to start making films and being part of little small projects. There are people making films in every city and every part of this world now. There's a community. Find it. They will help connect the bridges. Now, Shannon specifically says she does not need to make money as an actor. You have to approach this business as a hobby. I'm not saying a hobby without passion. You have to have passion behind it and pursue it. But you have to be okay with the idea you may never get paid and you may never be world famous. And if you're okay with that concept, that idea, with the amount of hours and time and sweat and frustration making a film requires, if you're okay with it maybe never seeing the light of day, you're just happy that you've painted on a canvas, so to speak, then you should pursue it. But if financially you are determined, I've got to be wealthy and famous like Tom Cruise, then your heart and mind may not be in the right place. That's all I have to offer. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, guys, feedback. Peace out, and if you're in Austin, let's hope for some sunshine. Thanks for putting up with the distractions.